What's happening? Richard Rawlings here, coming to you straight from the heart of Gas Monkey Garage. Today, we're going to be diving into the real fuel that runs this entire empire. And no, I don't mean high-octane gasoline. I'm talking about cold hard cash and the art of the deal. I'm ranking the top 3 biggest, riskiest, and most massive classic car collections and barn finds we've ever chased down. Number 3 spot, we're heading deep into the sweltering heat of Alabama. We found a massive rural property packed with hidden sheds, fighting off the rust, dust, and stubborn sellers to rescue a fleet of vintage American iron that had been frozen in time for decades. Boom, Alabama. Check it out. We're in Good Hope, Alabama. We're at a really nice lady's house that she's getting rid of all of her husband's cars. He recently passed away, and she's trying to downsize. I don't know how much I'm going to get bought. There's a lot of stuff here. There's 3-window coupes from Chrysler. There's 55 Chevys. There's trucks. There's bulldozers. There's barges. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. So I told her that I was just coming on out. I was going to try to make a deal, and the guy for the job is James. And if you don't remember him, he was with us out in Texas when we pulled a bunch of junk cars out of nowhere. So I took a kind of a bold move, I guess. I had him go ahead and head out of here because I knew I was going to get something bought, and we're going to have him down at the end of the street waiting. As soon as we make a deal, load those cars up and get them all the way back to Texas. I tell you, James is the badass when it comes to moving cars. I've never seen a trucker work that hard. And he's not going to be able to make it up this hill, so it's going to be working hard today. Let's go see what's up.
Okay.
All right, all right. What's happening, guys? Hey. Oh, man. Put a hurt on me yesterday. Gave me too much vodka. What's wrong with y'all? Right on.
Sure.
Hey, sir, I'm Richard.
Dennis Reed, how you doing?
Dennis. And
Robin Wiggins.
Robin Wiggins, the lady with the plan.
Trying. Trying to make sure I included the people who needed to be.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys reaching out.
These gentlemen are my spokespersons, Jason, and Dennis, because I know this much about the cars.
Well,
So I'm relying on them.
well, that'll be fine with me.
Okay.
I got Jason, and Dennis to deal with.
That's right.
All right. Well, number 1 car is pretty easy. That's a 55 2-door hardtop. Manual brakes.
Yep, manual brakes, no power steering.
Manual steering. Manual brakes.
No AC.
Little 350. What do you got behind it? A Power Glide?
No, it's a, I think it's 350.
Turbo
Oh, okay.
350.
Starter needs shim.
Dream Machine. How's the floors?
Floors are pretty good. From back here, check up here.
Well, that looks pretty sanitary like it's supposed to be.
That's all the new door gaskets and extra parts for it right there.
Okay. Pretty virgin metal back here. Okay, so we got a 55. Yep. And then we've got, what is this, a 48? 47? So that's a 47, 48 businessman coupe.
That man right there built the engine that's in here and it's never
It's
been crashed.
305.
Just 305? No problems. Did it ever run and drive like it sits, or?
The motor's never been cranked.
Oh, really? Okay. And then we got ourselves a Corvette. Mm-hmm. This, what year is this?
84.
84.
And I did ride in it.
And then we got a little 280Z.
That's not part of this collection. That's he bought brand new. Jason, his cousin, learned to drive on that. That's been in the family a long time. So that's why I cut that out of the deal. So he's your man if you want to try to work that in.
Well, we'll work that in too.
Yes.
I think there's another garage or another room.
Yes,
In the
sir.
basement.
Come right here.
This way.
Come this way. This is all original, untouched.
4-door.
I left the door open, let it air out in here.
Yeah, it's a little strong down here.
A can of spray paint blew up over there,
Uh-huh.
and it melted a bottle of my life on, so it's strong. In the trunks of these cars are all the pieces that go to them.
Okay.
And then
Now this is like a 48 Chevy,
there's all the brand new parts.
Okay.
and this has been chopped.
Chop, chop.
Look at the interior.
Chopped.
Oh yeah, that's out of the 80s for sure.
No motor, no trans.
The motor and trans are right there. If you wanted to use it, I don't know what you wanted to do as far as that goes. It's
Okay.
set up for a 350.
Okay.
LT1 motor. Corvette or Camaro motor.
And then the motor cigarette.
That is an 84 Goldwing. I cranked it, but it needs a throttle cable and carbs clean. But it's been setting for
People are
years.
stripping these things down now, making like little
Cafe
poppers out.
racers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty
That's
cool.
the factory steering wheel to the 55.
So we got a couple of Chevrolet trucks up here. Is that a 53 or 4?
54, 256 cylinder. It was driven to where it's parked about 12 years ago. Look this truck over, you'll see. It's not rusted out.
No, it's nice.
It's all there.
Just a pain in the rear to move. Can't put that on a regular hauler. And these trucks are getting kind of popular, but again, so heavy, it's almost, impossible to move.
The Camaro's up there.
The Camaro. Okay, well, we're going that way too. Oh, this is pretty far gone right here.
Yeah, I told you it was rough.
Yeah.
It's a 350 5-speed posi track rear end.
Well, that's a good setup for a 80s Camaro, but this one's
The
gonna,
wheels is where the money's at.
This one's gonna be way past us.
Okay.
So we got to figure out what we want to do here. I mean, obviously the three-winded coupe, the 55, four-door Dodge, not so much. The chopped Chevrolet, maybe, and Camaro, just kind of not worth moving. The big trucks I'd like to get, but cost too much to move. Cost more than they're worth to even move them. So we're kind of stuck with trying to figure out a number on what we can get. And that's going to determine on our trucker, because he can't get up this hill and there's nowhere for him to turn around. So somehow we're going to get all these things down to the bottom. So I got to figure that out too. So do some math, figure it out. You know what I call doing math? Drinking a beer. Well, it's not exactly what I hoped for. I thought that the three-window coupe was going to be in a little better shape.
Right.
And for some reason, I was thinking there was a couple of other cars, and I'm not seeing them just yet. So really what we're buying is 55 Chevy, the chopped Chevy. We can get her to throw the Goldwing in. That's funny. Phipps will work on that.
Right.
We need any barges or pontoon boats or whatever they're called.
I don't know. They don't. I mean, it is the season for them. Well, that Corvette's all right, but it's got a crossfire in it.
Yeah, but that's what's it worth?
Supposedly it's only got like 1,500 miles on it.
Nah, it's got more than that.
I don't know.
Who said it only had 1,500 miles?
Jason did. We can have it lowered down and look at it.
Okay, let's take a look at that stuff. Oh yeah, this has got 100,000 miles on it.
Okay, that's good there.
And what makes you say that?
Well, you can just tell by the wear in the seat and the wear in the pedals,
Oh yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
I've seen a lot worse ones. Good old crossfire.
So that, what'd you say, good old Crossfire?
Yeah, good old crossfire.
That's got some wear on it.
Yeah.
Really solid old 55.
We could push this car out of the way and put that one on the lift if you want to see it.
No, it's fine. I'm used to looking at things like this. I just don't know what I need and what I want. Those are two different things. I guess this is your 57, Dennis.
Yeah, it's not for sale.
I understand.
I could have sold that thing 1,000 times.
Put the radio on, Dennis. Show them how it plays.
Do what?
Show them how the radio plays through the headlights.
All right, let me figure this out. Let me do some math mechanics in my head. So the 55 Chevy is pretty clean. Looks like it's got all original body work. Doesn't seem to be full of Bondo or anything like that. It's been hot rodded many times over the course of the years that he owned it. He said he owned it since he was 17 years old. So then we've got the Corvette, which is just an old Corvette. I mean, it's worth $3,500. The 3-window coupe, a little dilapidated. I've had a couple of those over the years and not really worth much either, maybe $5,000. The chopped Chevy purple thing down in the lower garage is not really something that we need. It's different. And then the 4-door Dodge that's in there is not even worth looking at. The big trucks are cool, but too much expensive to move. The Camaro that's up there is basically worthless. And now I got to figure out how to make a deal on the cars that we can move easily.
You don't seem too happy there, Richard.
I don't want to do the work getting all these things down the hill and to the truck, but I think that we can can't take the big trucks, so the numbers don't work. I'm not going to be able to add up to what they're expecting. I think the Corvette's worth under $5,000. I think it's probably worth $3,500. I think the Wayfarer Coupe, or whatever they call that Chrysler business coupe, is $5,000 tops. The 55, $25,000. And you have to figure that we're not even adding up to $50,000. That's the problem. And I don't think she's going to like that. I told her that I'd get somewhere closer to 50 for everything, but I can't move these things. The big trucks cost more than they're worth to move. Shit, man. I don't know. I got to go talk to Chase and see what he thinks about getting them down the hill. Because last thing we need is a car with no brakes rolling down this hill. Okay, so if we air up everything and we tractor it down with a chain from behind,
right,
just slowly descent, I think James the trucker can get the truck down there and get turned around with his ass end facing the driveway.
Okay.
And I think that's the best mode to do it. If you agree with that,
yeah,
then I got to figure out a deal now.
Okay.
The business coupe, the Corvette, the Chevrolet. Yep. I can't take the big trucks like we talked about with Jason, because they're just too
heavy,
big.
right?
They're more expensive to move than they are to have. And then downstairs we have the Dodge, which is kind of the same way. It's
the
not
top one?
No, the big one.
Yeah, you got to tell me.
Yeah, the green one.
Okay.
And what about the pontoons?
Gone, taken.
Gone, taken. And the Camaro up there just isn't worth moving either. I'm trying to do some adding.
Okay.
Okay, so we got these 3 cars here and the 2 downstairs.
Yeah.
Don't really need the Dodge, but
I got it removed from my property. Yeah.
I know, right? But I don't need it. It's not worth anything. It's really just an old car. Okay, well, I'm only coming up to about 40. And we were for these 3 and the 2 downstairs. She said the Goldwing's out, and she offered it to the daughter. Boats are out, and the big trucks I can't take. Believe it or not, this is a nice car. It's worth probably 25 to 30 is what I'm kind of putting on it. Mm-hmm. And then the Wayfarer, I'm guessing $5,000 or less.
The businessman coupe?
Yeah,
Okay.
$5,000 or less. I've had a few of them.
Okay.
And the Corvette's probably $3,500, $4,500. The chop top Chevy downstairs is probably in the $5,000 to $7,500 range, and then the Dodge is really just steel. It's worth crush weight, $2,000, $1,500. But we want to do some good here. What do you think?
I'll take 50.
I bet.
How you like that?
Just.
I'm less
I would
like,
have been a little more complicated, but
excuse me. No, but
I mean,
I'll take 50. I'm good with 50. Okay, Coach.
Yeah.
I know that you're right there. You're right in that one. I don't know about that. I don't know those prices specifically, but I know that, and you're right on that.
So we're at 35 right here. That's maybe between 2,500 and 5
Yeah.
ish. The Dodge downstairs, same thing.
Halfway at 45.
Well, that's up to her.
Don't be so quick to settle, gosh.
I would go 45.
Would go 45? Anybody else have an input?
Yeah, I know we gave $67.50 for the chop top Chevrolet, 37.
Yeah, I put it at about 5 or so. Is kind of what I had in my head.
That's what we gave for it.
Yeah.
That was gonna be me and James' retirement
The chop
project
top?
together.
Oh, I thought it was the Dodge that you
I
guys.
did too.
No, it was a Chevrolet. I thought it was Dodge.
Yeah,
I like it.
okay.
There we go.
5.
All righty, we can do that. Let me get the trucker lined up, and you guys start getting air and tires and what have you.
Ears open?
And
Richard, I like one last request. I want you to drive her in the car.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take you for a ride.
Take me for a ride.
I can do that.
That's cool.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars at 45 grand. Hard part now is getting them moved and getting them down there because we still got a 10-hour drive back to Dallas. All right, ma'am, here we go.
Oh, my God.
That's 40 and 5.
Are you sure?
You can count it, make sure. My mom always said count your money even at the bank. You can't trust them either.
That's right, and I always do.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you get to counting, we'll get to moving.
Hey.
Look at that.
Huh?
Hold on, let me get a picture of this.
Anybody need a loan?
Dude, my foot's all the way down.
Really?
Yes. My foot's literally all the way down. Look at, like, come look at this. My foot is straight down. And now they're putting cars in front of me.
Yeah.
I like to party.
There's actually a friend of the family, Jason, that owns the 280Z, even though it's still here. The gentleman bought it brand new, and it's always been here. Jason learned to drive in it, and I just asked Jason, if he would be willing to sell it, and we were able to put together a deal. So this one's coming home to Dallas too, but original owner, 280Z. Really cool car, and just really cool that it's lasted all this time. It's not rusty, it's not beat up. There's not even a crack in the dash. It's unbelievable. So I'm pretty stoked to get this one back to Dallas, but now we gotta move all this shit. Nothing's ever easy. So we got to make sure people know where this came from.
I don't know if it's gonna stay there.
It won't.
See on the back of the Corvette for now.
Put it up there.
Get a handful of that butt.
There we go. I'll come down. There we go.
Stick one on the back of the Corvette too.
Oh, we're all right. Now they all know. So check it out. We got everything loaded. We ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles. I don't know about how the math is going to work on this one, to tell you the truth, because I really wanted the 55 because it's a super, super nice car. The Z I had to do a separate deal with, and I paid $6,500 for it. and I paid $4,500 for the rest of them. The proof's gonna be when we get them home, get them cleaned up, because this is maybe a lateral push, or as I call it, pushing a rope. You ever pushed a rope? It's not very easy and doesn't go very far. So there we go. Let's get out of here, guys. And coming in at number 2 is the deal that almost gave my bank account a heart attack. Our $1 million plus buy in Wisconsin. We had to lay down over $1 million in cash right on the table to buy an entire hidden nest of high value muscle cars. This is what having real guts in the business looks like. This could be the biggest purchase I've made ever. We're here to look at a giant collection of cars that has been accumulated over the last 2 decades, and one of the family members passed away. The rest of the family decided to get rid of the cars. It's a delicate situation when you're coming into that, because there's a lot of emotion and sentiment are brought into these things. So we've got to kind of deal with it with a delicate touch. But there are some awesome cars based on the descriptions and the photos I've already had. That's why we got up early and flew to Wisconsin. Do you know what Wisconsin is known for?
Cheese curds.
Cheese heads and the Green Bay Packers.
What's a cheese curd?
No one knows. But let's go check it out and see if we can't get something bought. There he is.
Hey, Richard, how you doing?
You must be Tony.
I am.
Hey, man. Thanks for reaching out.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
This is Big Chris.
Nice to meet you.
Tony, nice to meet you.
I don't know if you expected him to come, but he's a wizard and an unbelievable amount of knowledge in old cars. Plus, I don't get in much trouble if he's around. But wow, dude, this is a lot of cars and boats.
Look at the collection.
And stuff.
I don't know, man. I think you can get a lot of trouble in here. Look
So
at
we
that.
talked on the phone, but basically this gentleman had this collection. Give me the 5-minute pitch, or 4.5 seconds.
Well, if I'm telling you the whole truth of it is, he's not just a car collector, but he was a true gearhead and a part of the hot rodding and street racing community as a kid. And some of these cars he circled back and got from remembering his times when they used to cruise up and down the boulevard here.
That's really cool. I'm finally getting to a point in life where I'm getting to do kind of the same thing. I just did it with a really special car that was built in Dallas called the Digger.
Oh.
And we just got back that in our possession. And so we're playing around, but this is unbelievable. I mean, 61 bell top. Is this really a 409?
Yes, it's a real deal 409. There's a Shelby in here, and there's some other real gems that I think that you're going to find spectacular.
It looks like you got some Corvettes over there.
Corvettes, Tri-5s, we got a couple of Shelbys. There's Grand Sport Stage 1, 1970, and a beautiful collection of red, white, and blue Hemis here.
These are all 426 cars.
All 426, and at the very end there is a factory lightweight A990.
So on the A9990, they only made like, I don't know, 80 or 100 of them. And it was the first year of the 426, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So what made it lightweight? Because like when you talk about the Ford lightweights, they were like fiberglass front ends, and these are metal.
Yeah, no, this was an acid bath. That's how they achieved their lightweight, my understanding. And obviously removal of some of the sound deadening materials, things like AC, the radio. This one's got rear seat delete. It's the beginning of the real, drag race coming through the dealerships, I guess.
Wow. So the gentleman that owned all this, I know that he passed away, but he was involved with, you were telling me, with a charity.
Yes, Cars Curing Kids. He was one of the founding members.
And what exactly does that charity do? Does it restore cars and sell them, or?
No, honestly, it started out as a bunch of car collectors and gearheads in the community going and doing events to raise money for terminally ill kids, and then it's branched out to now we don't just raise money for that, they're also raising money for things like pediatric assistant medical items and ambulances and things that are just missing in Wisconsin.
That stuff is missing, because I was a fireman and a police officer before I was old enough to drink. So we're going back 30-something years when I was like 18, 19. And I remember we used to talk about it because the things that we had in the box in the back of the ambulance were adult sized. Mm-hmm. So you get a small kid with a neck problem or a head trauma or whatever. You got these giant foam blocks that's like 3 times the size of the kid's head, and you're trying to secure them. And that's a pretty, you know what? I'm really kind of upset that nobody's done that before, because that is definitely a need that needs to be on there.
Yeah, details, the little details. Little people need little medical equipment.
I don't know if we're allowed to say little people. Let's just say children.
Children. Well,
Okay.
you know, I always call my kids the littles.
Yeah, I don't know what PC is on that. But, you know, so cool. We got some boats. We got some Chevelles, some Shelbys. So
Some hot rods.
I know. You know me and early Fords.
We got a few early Fords for you. I think you're going to find a couple of gems. There's a Kong head car in here, and an Audern head hot rod, and everything is steel the way that it should be.
Okay. Well, I looked at the list. You and I kind of talked about round numbers when we were looking at it. I guess, if you will, you know, hang out, give me and Big Chris a couple hours to kind of comb through and look at everything, run some numbers and stuff like that, take some pictures, do our research.
Definitely.
Then we'll see where we're at. If we can get it all bought, I will definitely try.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool, man.
Appreciate you coming down.
All right, thank you.
Enjoy the shop.
Chris, where'd you go? Oh, there he is.
Everything out, man.
What are you looking at?
I was just looking at this Rat Motor L78 Impala, last year of the big blocks in a full size.
Okay. Well, why don't we do something that I can actually understand in my mind? Let's go to the front door, start from there.
Order of vodka.
Corvettes, and then we'll just work our way around through the Tri-5s, into the hot rods, back around here, the early Fords, and then we'll deal with the giant gorillas in the room, the red, white, and blue Hemis.
One foul swoop.
There we go. Hey, you're pretty tall today.
I'm wearing my pumps.
This one,
Yeah, the 62 409 two-door.
this is a bad dude, except it's a hot rod, not, you know, a two-door Impala.
Correct.
It's a 409,
Yes.
ready to rock and roll, overly done, overly restored, absolutely perfect 409. 4-speed, on the floor.
This is the best restored car here.
Yes.
The bar stool. I am not driving, I don't know.
He said that everybody that's ever driven this has ridden it once and then put it away. But this is called the Horsefly. This is the same guy that made the Haas motorcycles. They made one of these, or two of these, or I don't know. But
I don't particularly fancy sitting on a small block Chevy with the crown jewels so close to the fuel system.
there are no crown jewels. It's just like Fort Knox. It's empty.
It's true.
It's true.
Mr. Chris.
Okay, so now we got the coral and pink Chevy. 55, probably one of the most disgusting colors combos ever, but a nice car. This is not pink, it is coral.
This car does not hurt my feelings, dude. I like this car.
What if it peed on you or kicked you? Would then it hurt your feelings?
It pretty hurt my shin.
Little, but I mean, it's a 55 base model. This one is cool, but it's also a hard sell because you got to find somebody that wants a Pontiac
Correct.
and a Bonneville, and they want to fuck with fuel injection.
But it's fucking rad.
It is very nice.
I like this.
This 57 Nomad is overly restored, ready to rock and roll, with about 5,000 miles on it since restoration.
Yeah. Original 283. No oil filter. Original motor. As good as it gets. This thing's beautiful.
It's a perfect car. What about underneath?
The same as on top, dude.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got this 32 two-door sedan. It's got a regular hood. It doesn't have the extra louvers, but kind of just an old school build with a 327 automatic. And I'd say, you know, they kind of left the interior original, which is kind of weird. But it's an all-steel car.
Look at this.
Well, that's just the old lacquer paint. Mm-hmm. This was last owned by Tom's mother. No title for some reason, but I basically figured this at zero, but it's kind of cool that it's all together and it's not rusty and it's red on red and never been restored. I've actually never seen this model of Rambler ever.
Neither have I.
We do have a teal deluxe 40 Ford. This is a beautiful car. Upgraded street rod, AC, you know, just,
That's tastefully done. I like that.
yeah, just a tastefully done car. Nice, neat. Back here is a Plymouth wagon, 41, Woody. You know, they're kind of neat. These cars usually go either overseas or out to California.
San Francisco badge in the window.
There you
still
go.
man.
See what I tell you. This is not on the list. The black 40 is not on the list. The
That's the black 40. The blue one is.
yeah, the black 40 is not. The blue one is, along with the teal one. And again, I think just a tasteful street rod. Damn near looks like it was built by the same person.
I was going to say, this is really similar build.
Yeah, exactly. The 41 Ford here, Black Mariah, is 24,000 original miles.
No, dude,
Unrestored.
24,000.
Yeah, 24,000 original miles. Unrestored. But it's a 41. And 41s are like just not super desirable.
Yeah, that's your more wheelhouse than mine, man.
Yeah. But we get into the cool stuff as far as me.
This is.
You know, we've got a 32 Phaeton, just all stock, straight 4 car. So that's, you know, it's not a V8 Phaeton, so
Sure.
this would be a Model B.
What about this? All steel.
This is all steel. Looks to be original steel body, Arden heads, which is just insane.
It's like a period.
3-deuce setup. It's been reinforced here for steering.
That plate's not original.
No. No, but it's got original-ish shocks and juice brakes. It's a neat car. I mean, it's still just a street rod.
And you're teaching me at this point on this. I'm out on this stuff.
The Arden heads are pretty cool. They're not absolutely unobtainable, but they are neat. They're cool, you know. Then we've got a 34 with Kong heads.
King Kong, man.
Yeah, but I think these are aftermarket Kong heads.
Too polished.
Yeah, I don't think these are the originals. And I don't know, but it is a 34 Roadster, real deal, which is pretty cool. And then you got a 32 Ford 3-window coupe, later long block, Eddie Meyer, heads and intake, pretty cool. This is just a seriously period correct street rod. No big deal.
I think you had one of these that looked very similar to this.
I have one right now.
Well, no, we went to the Lone Star Roundup.
This is a weird one, as it says. Weird one, as it says on the plate.
Ordered to tow a fishing boat in the Colorado mountains.
Yeah, 70,000 original miles, 327 V8, 4-speed.
Another generator car.
Unrestored car, which is cool, but it's still, it's a 4-door, man. Now, still kind of cool, but it's a 4-door. And it does have a tow hitch on it for pulling the boat. I think you put the restorer around behind it.
You know, if anything, the paint on this car gets me more excited than the other stuff, because this is original.
Yeah, it says mostly original paint in the description. This Cameo, I've never had a Cameo, only because I've just never really stumbled across one. But fiberglass bed in 1956
Big
or
back window.
7. I didn't look at the number, but let's see what it says.
I'd say 57 without looking.
It is 56, so take that.
There you go. Shut me down.
GS Stage 1, gold on brown, power steering, power brakes, AC.
I like this car.
Factory AC, 46,000 original miles, 8-track. Look at those gauges. That'll blow your mind. This one I've seen the video and I've looked at the stuff. This is an older hot rod, 5.0 motor. I mean, this is a Boyd Coddington special from the
90s.
90s.
Yeah.
But it is a Woody, and it could be kind of, I don't know. It is AC'd.
It's currently registered in California. That doesn't hurt my feelings.
It's not great though. And then you jump into this one, which is pretty much all original.
This one's got patina on it. I actually like this one more.
Patina? Patina doesn't have an R in it.
Does where I'm from. We invented the language.
So this one's a 34.
Dude, this is the winner.
Yeah, but this is cool because it's a Survivor
You see
and it's original.
You see the license plates around on this?
Uh-uh.
You gotta check this out. It's great. Bonneville Salt Flats 200-mile-an-hour club.
Yeah. I don't think that car's ever done even 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But this is a really overly restored car too.
It is. This thing is very, very pretty. Yeah, I like this.
These are freaking so cool.
God damn, look at that thing in there.
I don't even know if I can get in this.
Dude, look at the mechanism on the shifter. I think overly restored is the term.
It's got a clutch and everything.
Dude, I could literally pick you up and put you in my pocket right now in that thing.
Pretty wicked.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think that would classify as a micro car. Now we get into the Shelby, which black jade.
Silver jade.
Is this silver jade?
Silver jade.
Okay. Automatic, no AC, but power steering and brakes. What's it look like underneath? Oh yeah. Never been undercoated, Chris. That's good. So it's nice.
Is it on red oxide?
Nope. It's in color. Car's been restored too. Does have the build sheets.
It does.
And then we get to the big ones. Red, white, and blue. 65 Dodge Coronet, factory built A990.
Oh, this was the daddy back in the day, dude.
They made about 100 of them. Backseat delete.
It's been cleverly restored.
Overly restored.
Yeah, but they left the patina on the motor, on the valve covers, and the decals that are on there to make it just look period, which I kind of like. But I mean, this is.
Well, some of the
overly
rubber
restored.
looks right. Like if you look at the front windshield rubber, I don't know if they took that out, but it's showing basically 0 miles, like 0.2. And that's not going to work.
That's a since
because
restored
even a
one.
delivery back then on, off truck, everything else, you're going to have 12, 13 miles. And then 68 Roadrunner Hemi.
Fucking beast of a motor in that car.
And that's on the red one.
On the red one.
Now the blue on blue one has had some crazy motor work done, which I guess is in some instances great because it's a
Yes.
Haas, but other people look at it and go, not restored, not correct.
Correct, but the motor work that's been done that is quite leery. I mean, it's been cammed with headwork. It's all internal. It does look stock, but it will be a beast on the street. In my eyes, it's the best of both worlds, but I understand what you're saying.
And as far as all the smalls and all the stuff on the shelves, I mean, got to figure that at $2,500. You know, looking at these cars is kind of different for me because these cars are done. These cars are finished, restored, perfect, ready to go. They don't need anything other than probably batteries and a general look over. All of them run and drive and what have you. They're nice cars. There's a couple of them that are overwhelmingly nice. Maybe 5 or 6 that are overwhelmingly nice, but I got to try to put together a package for everything. And, you know, you've got 5 Vettes over there and a bunch of Tri-5s and then some Pontiacs and a bunch of old Fords and some Mustangs and some more old Fords. And I don't know. I mean, pretty crazy. So far, the Fuelie Vette's pretty cool. The fuel-injected Bonneville. Of course, the 3 Hemi cars are pretty crazy. You know, especially the 65 A990 car. I've got to sit down and add and do some paperwork. What's happening right now is basically we went through, this is our third time through. We've looked them over. We've done a little research on the old interwebs. We know kind of where the family's at, but we also know that the collection, you know, there's some pieces of tape here and there that says, oh, this car can't be included and this car can't either. So we're like, okay, maybe they pulled out some good stuff or some sentimental stuff, and you know I hate sentimentism. But now we put what I believe, and Chris and I agree on, is a wholesale figure on them, which means that's what we got to buy them for, because now I've got to transport them. You got to think $1,500 a vehicle to transport them. Then you got to think, you know, getting them ready to go sell, then sending them to an auction, and then paying the auction fees, and et cetera and so forth. So I think we're going to fall well short of where the family thinks that they want to be, which make this trip maybe off or not. But they did feed us pizza, and I have had some cold beers, so that's plus. But we're going to see where we're at. All right, Tony, so we checked everything out. I was really disappointed that the other green Ford next to the surfboards was not included. Yeah. So somebody snagged it?
Unfortunately, these things have been on fire, so that one was spoken before I even knew, before it even came down. So
damn it.
Unfortunately, that one is off the list.
All right, so now that I've seen them, we've got some cars that have, all of them are great looking cars, don't get me wrong. But they, you know, when we're looking at cars and we're trying to put a good wholesale figure all the way around and add a little bit of a premium for you because it's a collection, and then hope to get off of them. At least this, what, is it 28 vehicles instead of 29?
29, I believe, without that one.
With that one gone.
We was at 30, with that one gone, we're at 29, yeah.
Okay. And then it's all the memorabilia, all the stuff on the shelves, pretty much everything in the building. I know the family wants to keep the dad's tools and, you know, a few things like that. All the pedal cars up there, everything else.
Yep.
I got to deduct 80, 100 because that car's gone. You know, because that's a good car. You can't restore it for that. Yeah. And then I got to deduct what I've seen. So, and I'm talking now. No ifs, ands, or buts, no pullbacks, no whammies, or any of that.
Give me a few minutes.
Do you have any more beer?
I got plenty more beer.
Well, I'll be right here.
Sounds good. I'll be back.
Done deal.
Thank you. Congratulations. You bought yourself one hell of a collection.
I did.
Let me give you to...
Hello, man. I so wish I could put that on tape, but I appreciate it. We will be good stewards of the collection and Mr. Tom, and also Cars Curing Kids, and we really appreciate it. You know, I'm not a piecemeal guy, and if I say it's done, it's done. I'm from Texas. We do things on a handshake. We don't mess around. And also I sat with Tim and talked about Cars Curing Kids, and I'm giving $10,000 to that cause also. So I just spent the most amount of money that I've ever spent on one collection, about 28 cars, a lot of memorabilia, some cool stuff. The gentleman, Tom, that passed away, everybody that was here was telling me what an awesome person he was. He was really involved in the car community, even as a teenager, formed their own car club, which they were still meeting and still are, even though Mr. Tom's not here with us. And on top of that, you know, Cars Curing Kids, they formed that and have done, you know, a tremendous amount of work in the pediatrics world. Right now, their focus is on pediatrics equipment on the ambulances. And being a former police officer and firefighter and riding the ambulance box, you know, I know what that means. I mean, because, you know, you have these big blocks. If maybe somebody's head or their neck or something's broken and you have these big blocks, well, the kid's not that big, so maybe you need smaller blocks, et cetera and so forth. So super cool cause. Everything's rad. We got 3 426 Hemi cars. We got a lot of Fords. We got a lot of Chevys. We got a Pontiac. I mean, you know, I just don't know what Daphne's going to say. So, well, that's her problem. Daphne, figure out how to pay for this. And taking the crown at number 1, the massive Denny Cannonball Kannenberg collection. We're talking over 200 classic motorcycles, collector cars, and decades of racing history all packed into one unbelievable collection. This wasn't just a barn find. It was an entire lifetime of American motorcycle culture hidden away in Minnesota. We stepped in, took over the collection plus the land, and turned it into one of the biggest and most historic deals Gas Monkey Garage ever touched. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Richard Rawlings from Gas Monkey Garage, and I'll tell you what, I'm not in Dallas, as you can tell. There's a little snow on the ground, it's a little chilly, but I'm in Minnesota, and I'd like to say I've been tasked with something, but I've actually been blessed with an opportunity to bring to the world my friend Denny Kannenberg's, and they call him Cannonball, collection. His literally a lifetime collection of cars, motorcycles, memorabilia, toys, everything that is motor and cars and racing is in these buildings. It's absolutely been unbelievable to walk through them and to actually see the history and just the coming of age of motorcycles themselves and racing itself and flat track and what have you. On top of that, he's ran a business here for many decades, motorcycle salvage, snowmobile, what have you. His other place up the street is it's folklore almost. Sport Wheels has been here forever. It's where you go to get your parts and what have you. But right now we're at his personal residence and we're going to take a look at everything that he has. This is some of the most amazing things I've ever seen. There's some pieces and parts in here that I've never even knew existed, much less available to the public. So let's go in, let's go take a look, and reverently know this. We're looking at a guy's lifetime collection. This is amazing. So here we are, and this is the man, Denny. Unbelievable collection. You guys and gals out there are going to be amazed. This gentleman right here is a very famous flat track racer. He's traveled all over doing his craft, and he's based here in Minnesota, and I'm excited to just even be here. This is amazing. The amount of things and stuff, and there's everything from Hot Wheels to memorabilia to every crook and cranny of this place is just, how did you do it?
Well, I guess it was just a passion. I started collecting a few things, and it's just like we were talking about your father the other day. You go from one thing to the other, and you love everything, but you got to find room for the stuff, and you have to deal with it. But I've put a nice collection together here, and it's a little bit of everything. But there's a few people that will enjoy it, and a lot of people will walk in and say, "Boy, this guy is absolutely crazy out of his head."
Well, I tell you, this is one room. We got all kinds of stuff.
It'll take us a while, guys.
Well, I know. Well, we got all the time in the world. I mean, this is a YT, right?
Well, this is a TY.
Believe
it or not, I bought this brand new for my wife because we're still big time trail riders. We go to Colorado every year and do mountain rides, and this was her bike of choice right here.
You're still trail riding?
Oh yeah.
And you're how old?
77.
77.
But yeah, we do the hardcore stuff, the single track up at the rugged mountains of Colorado.
That's really pretty awesome. But we've got Bull Tacos here. We've got Yamahas. We've got, just this room alone is amazing. I know that, like the KZ550, I had one when I was a kid. I actually had an SRX when I was a kid. And you've got not only all the motorcycles that are here, which we could go on and on forever, and we'll get to, and you guys make sure you're paying attention as we start releasing some of the information, because the auction's going to be unreal, and it's going to be a worldwide type event, Denny. There's going to be people from everywhere. There's rumor that I've heard while I've been spending some time here that this bike has some connection to Ernest Hemingway.
When I bought that bike probably 25, 30 years ago, the gentleman I bought it from had bought it from the family in Sun Valley, Idaho. And I've never researched the bike. I don't know if we could go back with serial numbers or what, but if we could verify that, that would be an unbelievable, valuable motorcycle. It's a B33 BSA 500 single.
It's a killer looking bike. And yeah, if it belonged to Ernest Hemingway, that'd be cool.
And I believe his son's name was John, if I recall.
John Hemingway.
Yeah.
This is where all the goods happen. Unbelievable. And you know what, sir? What I'm really amazed at is you collected some of the coolest stuff. You got a good eye. You're not collecting junk. I mean, this Indian motorcycle clock right there is just unbelievable. And then behind us, we've got a 1942 Indian that inline 4. I think you told me, what was the story on this now?
This is a real interesting story on this unit. When I bought it, the gentleman told me the story. This was on the assembly line, December 7th, 1941. Well, that's Pearl Harbor Day. Well, that was a Sunday. And on Monday, the crew came in. I guess they sat around, tried to plan some strategy of what they were going to do. And on Tuesday, they finished the line, and they never built an Indian 4 after that. So this is one of the last Indian 4s ever built.
One of the last, guys and gals, Indian 4s ever built, and you'll have an opportunity to own it. Just make sure you bring your checkbook.
And I believe, I think the total production on 42s was somewhere around close to 200.
Yeah, not many at all, because all the steel
documented.
and all the stuff had to go to making planes and bombs.
Yeah, so they're probably lucky. There's probably lucky to be 50, 80 of them left.
Wow. I mean, you've got drag bikes. You got a Honda CBX here, which is a rare bike in itself, but this is brand new.
Yeah, no, 0 miles.
0 miles. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Goes from race bikes to dirt bikes to street bikes. Most of the bikes in here are original. They've never been restored. Like,
wow.
You take these Honda Dreams. I mean, everybody turned their nose up at these 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're a big collector item.
Yeah, now everybody wants one.
Yeah, these are bringing as much money as the Triumph Bonneville.
You just got this unbelievable stuff. I remember my dad having a lot of these bikes. My dad was a big Kawasaki guy in the 70s when I was growing up, so he always had something laying around that he was riding.
Well, these are probably the hottest on the market right now. Cowie triples.
Yeah.
Started out in '69. This is the very first year.
Good year. That was the year I was born.
Yeah, there you go. They were 500s, and then they went to the 750 a couple of years later. And they finally got smart and put disc brakes on the front, because with these drum brakes, you know, they were a lot faster in a block, and it'd take 2 blocks to stop them.
This is one of my favorites in here. I had this bike when I was a kid, 18, 19 years old. I had a GPZ 550. And,
Great fun bike. I mean, you know, they were fast, they were light, and very nimble.
Well, you know, a lot of people out there know that I was a police officer and a firefighter and a medic before I was old enough to drink. And so before I was 21 years old, I had this, and I went to the Fire Academy in Plano, Texas, which was about 40 miles from where I lived in Fort Worth, Texas. So this was my main mode of transportation, and I'd get up at like 5 in the morning and drive all the way to Plano to be there for 7 o'clock roll call. And the roads were empty, so I'm just ripping it.
But you drove the speed limit, right?
Oh gosh, yeah. No, the speedo only goes to 80. I got pulled over one time, and the officer goes, "Do you know how fast you're going?" I said, "No, the speed limit goes to 80." I figured I was way over that.
Wow.
So he let me go with a warning, but
cool.
Just unbelievable. And so
we'll just go forward here. This is a unique motorcycle here. Honda gave this to Don Gartlitz when he won the '86 drag championship, and for whatever reason, Honda wanted to get involved in this program, and so it's autographed on the front of the fairing there, Don Gartlitz.
That's pretty cool. And then this is just something new. You probably only got this a few years ago.
Yeah.
So it's a
But
brand
it's
new.
cool, so
it's a brand new Moto Guzzi.
It needed to be part of the collection.
It does. I love this. It just goes on and on. And you've got everything for this is like an Amici, right?
Yeah, this is a cute little Honda they came out with a few years ago. It's a little 50cc double overhead cam. And it doesn't have a kickstart on it. You put it in first gear and you push it a half a foot and it's running. The clutch, I mean, it's just beautiful little bike.
Now this Yamaha Special, You know, that's like a little 50cc, right, or something?
Yep.
I took my motorcycle driver's license test on one of these. When you went to do that, the DMV in Dallas had like 2 or 3 of these, and you would reserve your time, and that's what you went and took your license on.
They had 2 different models. This is called the Midnight Special.
Midnight Special.
Yeah, black on black, just like Henry Ford.
That's right. You can have any color you want as long as it's black.
Yeah.
Now this thing looks pretty wicked. The head on this is just crazy.
Yeah, it's called a radial head fins. That's a Mako 400. One of the first year motocross bikes that were real popular.
Heck yeah. Well, I'd like to say we were going down to the basement. We're actually going down to the storefront of close to the freeway, right?
That's right. This is going to be the antique store. We're going to open up the door there, and we were going to sit in a big barber chair when I retired and sell antiques.
There you go.
But then I got old, and I'm still too busy to do it.
And you got all that antiques in there. That's unbelievable.
Oh, that's the crazy room there. That's the unorganized part of this whole show.
And there's just like more and more motorcycles everywhere. Unbelievable. What is that thing? It looks like a vacuum cleaner stuck on the front wheel.
That's a German. That's called a Solex. Yeah, that was quite popular. That's a big European bike. And then the one next to it is a real early Honda with a wheel. See the back wheel? That's where the motor's at.
Oh, wow. That is.
That's way cool.
Unbelievable. You got Ford Broncos, 32 Fords, Mustang Fox body. But the goodies are in this room, right?
Yeah, this is the creme de la creme here.
So this is a basically brand new Monte Carlo, 87, year I graduated high school. And it has they call this an Aero coupe or something like that?
Built for Dale Earnhardt for NASCAR racing. Because by putting that back window in there, they gained about 8 miles an hour, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. But the car's got 600 miles on it from brand new.
600 miles. Now the Vette here is got some significant history.
Yeah.
So this is a Jim Fueling car, but it's not the, what was it, what was the classification?
L89 ZL1.
L89 ZL1 Corvette.
And Chevrolet built, some people say 3, and I guess the real number is 2. There's only 2 real cars. And this is a clone, of course, but it's got the right motor, and it's all aluminum heads and block. And they were over 600 horse, which was a big deal back in '69.
4-speed, black on black, T-top, aluminum motored. Wow.
Yeah.
And Jim Fueling actually put this car together, right?
That's correct. If people don't know who Jim Fueling was, I mean, he did.
Turn off your TV, forget about it.
Yeah, he set land speed records at Bonneville. He built trick motors for the General Motors and overhead camness and fuel injection.
Well, he kind of came up with fuel injection. I mean, kind of perfected it, if you will. He didn't come up with it, but he was the one that made it work.
Goes back to Hillborn way back then.
Exactly.
But then he got into motorcycles. He built a 3-cylinder Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just an awesome looking critter.
So I've seen some of those bikes sell. They're really expensive. And this is a car that he put together to, wow.
That'd almost be like Carroll Shelby signing a Mustang. I mean, this is a Jim Fueling Corvette. That was his old personal car.
Wow. An all aluminum block freaking monster with a 4-speed. That's cool. I might have to keep that. Maybe I got to be bidding on this stuff. Well, there's just too much down there in that room to even mess with. But in here, you've kind of got everything from craps tables to old school rides. And this Hodaka, though, is an interesting bike you were telling me.
That's a English chassis. That's a Rickman Matisse. And they built a lot of British bikes. Well, Steve McQueen had the 650 Triumph.
Okay.
Rickman bike, which has been passed around. In fact, I hauled it to Vegas for an auction here quite a few years ago, and I thought it brought crazy money. Well, way beyond crazy now. It's worth a fortune. But they built very few Rickmans with the Hodaka motors in them. And it's got what they call an E-code motor in it. And the motor alone is worth a lot of money. So
Really?
if you're a Hodaka freak.
If you're a Hodaka freak, I didn't even know what Hodaka was. I guess I'm going to tell you guys that I don't know a lot of this stuff. I'm still learning. I've always been a little more car than motorcycle, but this is unbelievable. There's just things and stuff.
We'll stay with motorcycles, but this guy was a Studebaker wacko, so this headlight is out of a Studebaker, but if you come over here and pan onto the side of this bike here, talk about a play on words, it says Studebaker.
There you go.
So he built his own scooter just to haul around, probably had a little trailer that he pulled out behind his Studebaker car.
It's unbelievable stuff.
But,
so there's actually a few more buildings to go through.
yes, we're
Well, let's go see outside at the next building. This place just keeps going on and on, sir. There's so much.
This was our storage area when the shop was here. It was nothing but exhaust systems and seats, and it was so full you could hardly walk through the building. So, and we moved the shop up the north part of the 2 miles up the road here, why we could.
We got Jaguars, we got Corvettes, we got S10 Blazers with stroker motors,
sprint cars,
snowmobiles. Come one, come all. Golly. So, what's the story on this?
Nice car. It's the right color inside and out. It's totally original. Even got the original tires on it yet.
So a Z28 4-speed.
And she's a low miler, of course, because the tires are original. But then we jump over to the race car.
The recycler.
Dick Dykes out of Worthington, Minnesota, campaigned that car, and I don't think it was this car, but there was a few races where he beat Sox and Martin. So this guy was serious about his drag racing.
No kidding. We got some Honda Gullwings and lots of little cars. Killer little Thunderbird here. What year is this?
Well, which one do we want to talk about? I like to talk about this one because my son-in-law, John Bones, and my daughter gave this to Carrie and I for a wedding anniversary.
No kidding. So what year is this car?
This is a 1959. And what's unique about it is this is the car we had when we got married, which was 57 years ago.
Wow. Married for 57 years.
Yeah, it's still going.
That's an accomplishment there, sir.
Yeah,
and this is like what, a 63 or 4?
Yeah, and that's a nice straight car. I mean, that hasn't got a ding or hasn't got a blemish on the outside.
Wow.
But this is the one where the steering wheel folded over when you climbed in it. So
yeah, it would move over.
Convenient for you to get in and out.
Exactly. Now, you bought this car new, you said.
No, I didn't buy it new, but I bought it back in the 70s. I bought it out of Hemmings, and it was in Mobile, Alabama. And the only reason the guy wanted to sell it, it was an air-conditioned car.
Okay.
And he says, I just can't drive this car in the summertime. And so Carrie and I jumped in this baby, and we drove all the way up from, stopped at Jack Daniel's Distillery. We made a nice trip out of it. But it's a 100% original car.
Look at that dashboard. It's got the tack down there.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I mean, this is back when they were actually allowed to make cool stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can't make cool stuff.
Yeah, that's basically a land yacht, but pan on those wheels.
8 lugs.
That's really the real selling point with these cars.
Super rad. So this has what, a 321 or
389.
389, yeah.
Yeah, and then they came with a 421. Of course, everybody lusted after those.
I had a 421 4-speed 8-lug wagon.
Wow, that had to be really rare.
Super rare.
Yeah.
I bought it off of a person on the street, literally. I saw it and I said, hey, you want to sell that? And I just kind of thought it was rare, and I gave him 8 or 10 grand, and I stuck it on the old interwebs there, and somebody gave me like 58,000 for it.
Oh,
I was like,
home run!
Yeah, that was a good deal. We got a little SS 454, couple of upgrades. Looks like it's got the seat
Yeah, it's got the lowering package.
Now this is a Dakota Sport convertible.
Yeah, I've got it on the window there. It's an 89, and they built 3,000 of them.
Really? Well, I bet you there's not 300 of them left.
They came complete with a roll bar in here, a padded roll bar.
That's so cool. Four-wheel drive, convertible truck. And now these are some interesting bikes. That Triumph's really cool.
Yeah, we got a couple of flat track Ducatis, and then we go, this Triumph here is a 750, it's a 650 converted to a 750, and if you look at the suspension, it was a hill climber.
Yeah.
Well, this
Look at the size of that sprocket.
This climbed the Widowmaker out in Idaho.
Did it?
Yeah, this has got a lot of history to it.
That's super rad.
And then, of course, we can go to the smaller one. That's the kid's race bike right there. That's got a race chassis on it and everything. That was for flat track racing for the youngins.
Jeez. You got stuff everywhere.
And then
the world's most unbelievable four-wheel drive Volkswagen Bug. I took a ride in this last time I came, and I absolutely am enamored with this. I don't know why. It just tricks my trigger. It's on a Scout chassis or a Bronco chassis?
Scout.
Scout. So it's got a V8, four-wheel drive, Volkswagen Bug, runs and drives great. I've had a lot of fun with this when you took me down the street. I was like, I might have to keep this one. I just love it. This is rad. And then that's a Pininfarina designed Honda. Is that correct?
Yes, very, very rare. I was told when I bought that there's only 2 of them in the United States, and that's one of them. But it's an ugly car, but it's sure a unique car.
This is just absolutely amazing, sir.
37 Packard, got a big bore Chrysler V8 in it. Just make a fun driver.
John Cruz.
What's up, brother?
Worldwide Auctioneers.
Yes, sir.
So check this out, no trespassing.
Can I come in?
Yeah, because I own the place now.
Okay, good.
I need your help badly. What I'm fixing to show you is the accumulation of a gentleman's entire, almost adult life. He's approaching 80 years old right now, Mr. Denny Kannenberg. They call him Denny the Cannonball. He was a flat track racer, very, very wildly successful, sponsored by Harley Davidson and many other companies over the years. And he owned a company here called Sport Wheels. And I'll show you some pictures when we get inside, but this used to be Sport Wheels, which was basically motorcycle and snowmobile scrapyard slash fix-it yard slash parts yard. And it outgrew this place. So he moved it down the road about 2 miles, and this is his home. I came up here just a few months ago because my friend Ben told me that a lifelong friend of his dad was thinking about selling some of his stuff. You know, you're a car guy, you're a motorcycle guy, so I jumped in the plane and came up here. And I had a nice time with Denny and his wife for, I guess, an entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There is so much stuff here. It's absolutely insane. And you can't even imagine. I'm going to take you to the big room first, but as you can tell, there's all kinds of memorabilia, signs. I mean, that BF
Great
Goodrich
signs
tire
all over.
batteries, double-sided neon, porcelain. He kind of collected and kept the best of everything. Now down the street he has a fix-it yard slash junkyard that's full of maybe 15,000 motorcycles. But here is where he kept kind of his collection, and it really is overwhelming. When I came up here and talked with him, I thought I was going to buy, a couple motorcycles, a couple of sports cars, whatever. And as we got to talking, he was like, Richard, he goes, I have one daughter. I don't want her to deal with this stuff when I die. I've kind of hoarded all this stuff my whole life, and I'd really rather just let it all go. And so I am now the custodian of everything we're fixing to see. And I'm also, and now hopefully you are going to be in charge of getting rid of all of this stuff and passing it on to the next collector and the next person that wants to be And I do use the word custodian on purpose because this is some really, really classic stuff. Cannonball's keepers. This is where he put everything. I mean, this is, I wish he was here today, but you'll get to meet him. And I came up here to try to buy, a couple of the good bikes, a couple of the good cars. And we got to talking and he said, Richard, I'm almost 80. He goes, I'd rather just sell everything instead of piecemeal it out because I'll be here for another 50 years trying to sell that thing or that thing or that thing. And so we made a deal and, well, welcome to Richard's Cannonball land. Look at this.
That's fantastic. I mean, this is 42 Indian with a sidecar. This is a pretty impressive piece walking in here.
It's an absolutely impressive piece. And the story that I got from Denny is that it is the last ones on the assembly line when Pearl Harbor was bombed on December 7th, right? That they stopped the assembly line. They were gone for 3 days. They came back. They finished the bikes that were being built. And then they started making stuff for the U.S. government. So I'm not sure if this is the last one or one of the last ones, but it is a 42, which is unheard of.
Special bike.
Very unheard of.
It's like a lot of almost brand new bikes in here too.
There is everything. That's why I brought you guys in, because this collection blows my mind. And it's the biggest, absolute biggest gamble I've ever made in my life. You know me. You know, you and I have sold a lot of cars and motorcycles together. I bought the land. I bought the houses. I bought the buildings. I bought every single thing you see here. And I hate to use the word bought. I think that Denny wanted to kind of push it this way. And so I said, okay, I'll take it all and I'll figure out what to do with it. And that's where I need your help. Because this is a lot. It's toys, it's memorabilia, it's clocks, it's, you know, cool tires, a jukebox. I don't even know how to make sense of the whole thing. Like this one right here was given to Big Daddy Don Gartlitz for winning NHRA in 1986. And they gave him this bike. And that's how it sits. It's brand new. It's got like 10 miles on it. There's Kawasaki triples in here. That's a Honda CBX with like 3 miles on it.
Well, there's no doubt a lot of treasures in here. And I just like to look at everything, maybe show it to me, and you know, we're in the solutions business, so I think we check it out and we'll come up with a good solution that works for you and works for, you know, his legacy, and we can
That's the story I want to tell.
Yeah, it should be.
I want to tell the story of Denny, Cannonball, Kannenberg, and really let people, I mean, up here he's a legend. He's written a few books. He was sponsored by Harley. I want to really, you know, to me, this is about being the custodian of this and making sure that it goes to good owners that are going to love it, treasure it the way that he did, because you see collections all the time and they're falling down and the tires are, you don't even see flat tires in here. It's unbelievable. He took care of this stuff, you know, but when it comes to the bikes, yeah, you know, I can kind of guess at what it is and what it's worth. But then we get into the memorabilia, we get into the cars, which you haven't even seen yet. It's going to blow your mind. And you get into stuff like this. This stuff I don't even know how to access. I don't know. It's amazing. And then there's things in here that I didn't even know were real things. Now this little specimen right here, imagine Richard R. Rawlings in 1986, 87, cruising on a GPZ 550. I mean, I was freaking Tom goddamn Cruise, cruising down, chasing the jets. I had this motorcycle back then. So that's the only one that I really know about. That's a brand new one. He said that he just bought because he liked it. But the amount of overall bikes, John, I don't know. I mean, you got to tell me, what do you think about all of this?
Well, there's some very, very incredible examples, and you know, we got a lot of collectors all over the world that would absolutely not just love the bikes, but appreciate that they are in such great preserved condition, but also that they're part of his collection. And that's a big deal. We all like great stories to go with the cars and bikes that we own, and this is a tremendous story.
You could just take your briefcase off. One had your ham sandwich, the other one had your paperwork for work. you know, because you didn't have a computer back then or an iPad. These bikes in here, there are so much that I have to learn, and hopefully your experts can help me learn.
Yep.
You know, like this one, I know this is an expensive street bike.
It's a great bike.
I don't know why I know it's a street bike. I just know it is. The BSA over here was owned supposedly by Ernest Hemingway's family and came from the estate. And then the really, really big one in the room, just like the Indian is in that room, this XR was given to him by Harley Davidson when he raced for him as a pro rider and flat tracker. I don't know. Is that bike 50 grand? Is it 100 grand? I don't know.
Well, what we do as an auction company is pull the marketplace together, and frankly, that's the best way to find out exactly what it is. And well, that's fun and exciting for us and for Denny to see what his collection does. It's also a real special opportunity for buyers, because generally you never have an opportunity to buy something like this.
No.
And that's really neat.
You could literally pick almost any bike here and go online right now and try to find one for sale in the same condition, and you won't find.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
You know, guys are buying 3 and 4 and 5 of these bikes to try to make one.
Yeah.
So he definitely knew what he was doing the whole time. I saw an auction the other day where one of these little 50Rs.
50R, yeah, look at this.
It brought 20 grand. One of these Honda Trail 70s brought 17 grand. You know, that's an LT gray, which you could buy through a catalog. The little Harley thing is worthless, but wow. I mean, you could be like, let's call it 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You know, there could be $50,000, $60,000 in this room.
Those are neat pieces.
It's ridiculous. Now, let me take you downstairs where all the craziness is. So as you can tell, that room's full of nothing but books and memorabilia from printed stuff. I don't even know how to describe all this or what it is, but everything you see here, I'm tasked with finding a new owner for. We've got a killer row of other, mini bikes or mopeds or whatever. Look at this. Have you ever seen one of these things? It like literally drives the motor for you in the front.
That's cool.
I don't know if it's cool or not. I just never seen one.
It's ingenious. Of course it's cool.
It's ingenious. We got a Bronco.
Yep.
We got a Deuce Coupe with a Ford motor in it, which is cool because most people put a small block Chevy in there. We got a 5.0 Mustang. We got a Jaguar. I mean, I know what you guys can do online with this. This is, you get this rolling across the block and we're getting like $3,200, $3,300 easily.
Maybe even more.
Maybe even more. This is a, still on the MSO, et cetera and so forth, Monte Carlo Aero Coupe. I think it has like 600 miles on it.
Wow.
Window sticker still in the window.
See that.
Just super, super rad.
Wow.
And, these were the cars that they tried to do with NASCAR. And then they decided that they'd put them out for the public, and people with the back windows, they kept blowing out the back window because they didn't have their windows down. But this, in 1969, they made 2 ZL ones, right? Or ZR ones? ZL ones.
Yep, top of the line, most power.
They only made 2. And those cars are trading in the 2 million range, 2.5 million range. This is a triple black ZL1 car that was built by a guy named Jim Fueling to mimic exactly that. Now, is
Fueling's pretty famous for creating fuel injection for motorcycles, isn't he?
Yes, and he wanted this car, and he also worked for GM Automotive, for General Motors. So this is a almost to the spec, absolutely perfect, date coded 69 ZL1 that didn't exist. 4-speed, aluminum block, aluminum heads. I don't know how to put a number on that. I mean, if it was just a cool Corvette, it's worth 75 or 80 grand. Is it worth 150 or, what? And look how lucky we're getting. There is a ladybug on it. It's all about luck right there. Just when you think you're done, we're not even halfway through. Literally. So in here, and scattered amongst the entire property is cars. This Corvair has only like 13,000 original miles. The little Blazer back there has a built-up small block. The Cuda, you know, who knows? Maybe we bring that, maybe we don't. My problem is I want to have an auction here, but Minnesota's being very difficult. So I got to figure out if this is something you and your team want to take on. The cars in here, he literally drove in and parked. This is a 20,000 mile 4-speed Z28, red interior, T-top black. Look at that.
That's
it's
nice.
like absolutely perfect.
4-speed. So clean up good.
That's a big time race car from up here. It's got a lot of history. A couple of Thunderbirds. All of these little cars up here.
Ooh,
That
what's
star
this?
car.
Is that a real Polaris?
Yes.
Star car?
And the urban legend is that those things were so dangerous, they sold the car as by itself, and you took your snowmobile motor in the middle of summer, and you put it in the car so you could go have some fun. And they only made a few, and people were getting hurt. So
Did they kind of like recall them before recalls were
yeah,
cool?
it's been told to me that they dug like a giant pit and shoved every one of them into it and covered it up. But that's a real deal star car.
I've never seen one in person.
There's a 32 Ford go-kart, probably one of the better ones I've ever seen in my life. And this is an 8-lug, automatic, air conditioning, you know, just tricked out freaking Grand Prix. There's a market for that. There's a market for this convertible Dodge truck. That's an SS 454. And then that Trailbreaker thing,
Oh, yeah,
I don't
wow,
know that I've
that.
ever seen that before.
I think that those were used in the desert. I'm pretty confident that those wheels are actually gas tanks. So you'd stop, you got stuck out in the desert, and you actually take them off, fill yourself back up from gas, and get where you're going. Those are super rare.
Gotta be super rare. And then look at the pedal car airplane up there. That's all metal. I mean, it just, the place goes on and on. Here is I think it's cool. What is it worth? I'm still trying to determine, but this is a hill climb, you know, with the extended rear axle.
Yep.
And rear swing arm. And that's a Triumph. I mean, Denny is just, he's a madman. You know, he's 80 or approaching 80 years old and still loads his own bikes into a van and goes and ride with his wife, who's the same age as him, in like Colorado or Sturgis or wherever.
That's awesome.
I hope I can do that when I'm 80, or I hope I don't make it to 80. I don't know. Still trying to decide. That's a Packard street rod of some kind. This is like the wagon. If Christine, the movie, would have been a wagon, it would have been made out of this. And you know, you like this sweet ass $3,500 ride.
It's a lot of fun for that kind of money, though.
Hell yeah, it is. It was sold new to the original owner.
Fully documented rumor.
And then in the barn here, I guess you would call it, we have a LS infused El Camino, and probably my favorite funny vehicle on the property is a Volkswagen that's been rebodied onto a international 4x4. I see you and I cruising this all the way back to Indiana.
That's pretty neat.
This is us having fun right here. But I actually rode with him in this last time I was up here, and it's pretty funny. And the rafters, I don't know. This is the whole deal of what I got to figure out what I need to do. Denny entrusted me with this whole thing, and you know, get rid of it, take care of. He's got a daughter, and take care of her and the family, and get it all gone. So what do you think?
Well, it's a tremendous lifelong collection. You know, all of us relate to collecting, and obviously he did it at a pretty high level on a large scale for what he was going for. So it's wonderful, and the legacy that he has is wonderful. So it's cool that you have, you know, harnessed up with him to take care of that part. And I understand, in these times having a little bit of challenges, and here in the state it's been a little tough for a lot of folks. But as I'm looking through things, what I would recommend, as we've done a lot of business together, we've been blessed to have a phenomenal facility. So it's a permanent auction facility that we own. So my office is in there every day. That's in Auburn, Indiana, and we've got 200,000 square feet, climate controlled, and it's a purpose use auction facility for cars, motorcycles, that kind of thing. And we have a memorabilia division, so we do a lot of that. So what I would say, given the overall circumstances, that we would my suggestion would be to take the motorcycles,
Okay.
a selection of the cars, and then a selection of the best memorabilia and collectibles, and move them to Auburn, to our facility. It'd be very simple for people to come in and out, showcase. We can really bring, I think, a lot of the feel and ambiance of what he has here, there. And I think we sell them in a special auction that can obviously highlight his legacy, can highlight y'all's friendship, and I think can provide a fantastic result. And as you know, we're worldwide auctioneers, and we got people all over the world. And this is a group and a collection that is worthy of worldwide
the world's going to be
exposure.
watching all these bikes
paying
for
attention.
sure.
Yep. So I think that's my suggestion. I think that'd probably work out best for all things considered, with what he's built, what you're trying to accomplish for him, and certainly the times. And I think the result, we're a marketing company as an auction company, and I think we can reach the right people all over the globe. And there's some special stuff here that I think will pique a lot of people's interest.
I think the Indian's going to blow people's mind, and there's a few bikes that I know are going to bring big number. I wanted to have a big party here. I've been with you guys at big events where you had them at the guys' locations, but it's just not happening right now with the way things are. So I say we move it all and load it up on trucks, get it to Auburn, Indiana, and have a big party and drink some beer and sell some stuff.
Sounds good to me. Let's
Good.
do it. Deal.
Right on. So it's moving day. Check it out. So I bought this place in the fall-ish, late summer of 2019, hoping to have a giant sale, a celebration of Denny Kannenberg's life and his racing history. That didn't happen because of COVID. So now it's 2021, and it's the spring, and I've decided to call my guys over at Worldwide Auctioneers, and we're sending all this stuff to Auburn, Indiana, about 600 miles from here. And I say all the stuff, I mean all the stuff. We're packing up signs, memorabilia, motorcycles, cars, everything that we feel is going to bring at least a decent amount of money. And then I'm going to have to come back and have an on-site sale when we can here in the state of Minnesota. So I'm pretty stoked, but I'm also pretty, usually you buy something and you sit on it for a few months, and now I'm going to have to sit on this for, well, by the time I sell it, it will be close to 2+ years. So it's moving day. The trucks are here for the motorcycles. We're gonna start loading those up. We're already packaging signs, pulling them off the walls, memorabilia, different things like that. Things like that thing right there. I don't know what that is, but we may sell that. I have no idea. So watch the fun as it begins today. Whoa! Which one do I get to keep?
This is a buddy of mine, Ben. He's helping us out here and actually helped me get this whole deal done. And you said that this bike is special. This is a special bike for a couple of different reasons. This is an 81 Honda CM400A Honda-matic. You might think kind of milquetoast, no big deal. The thing that's special about this particular example is this is the Purple Rain motorcycle. This is what Prince commissioned Tommy Summers to build into the Purple Rain bike. It's low, it's small. The main reason that he chose this bike to become the Purple Rain is because there's no clutch and there's no transmission. It's a Honda-matic. It's a twist and go. Kind of a neat piece. This particular example has 834 actual miles on it, and it's clean as a whistle. So for those out you in the interwebs, if that's something you choose to do, this is the example you need to start with. I've done 3 of them. I know how to do it.
There you go.
This is where it starts.
So that's it. The Prince Purple Rain bike started like this. and then it became a signal. They've been here since 8 o'clock, and they got like 7 bikes on. Me and you had already been gone with a truckload.
We better show them how. We're loading a 40-foot container down there, and we put 26 bikes in already since I've seen you.
Yeah, they got 7 or 8 on so far.
Where are they going, Denny?
That's it.
Yeah, but they're, they're being gentle.
Yes, they are.
Kawasaki's one of their entry bikes into the American market, and what they did, they just took an A10 BSA, which is, an English motorcycle, and just copied it, made it, it's almost an exact replica.
What year's this?
Big old twin cylinder.
What year probably?
Probably about a 66, 63, 64, 65, 66. I think they made them about 3 years.
But this is the triple that we were talking about.
Yeah, the triple. This is a later version, but these will command good money also.
Well, they call these things the Widowmaker because they have so much torque, right? They're torquey.
Well, yeah. See, the later version's got disc brake on the front, but the early one, the 69 I'm talking about, has got a drum brake, so it went faster in a city block, and it'd take you two blocks to get her slowed down and stopped.
That is freaking cool. And I like green. I'm all about that green.
There you go. Yeah, that's stock paint all the way.
It is. That's what's cool. I love original more than anything.
Yeah. They're only original once.
Yes. Or in the auction world, they're sold new to the original owner.
Yeah, there you go. I never heard that one.
$750 or $650.
$650.
My dad had a motorcycle similar to this when I was a kid, and I remember riding on the back, and my dad would ride with those sandals with the tire treads on the bottom. Remember whatever those?
I love that he bought in Mexico for
or whatever, right? And he'd, my dad was a little bit of hippie, so he'd have a little joint in his mouth and be drinking a big tall boy Schlitz, and he'd be in cut off shorts and those sandals and nothing else, and just all bantus laid out, getting his suntan. I'd be on the back, and we got pulled over, and he goes, "Hold this beer. I'm gonna walk back there, and when I get their attention, you throw it in the weeds." And so I'm like 12 years old. I'm like, "Oh God, we're gonna get in trouble." And he gets off the motorcycle, rolls back there, and gets the officer's attention. I threw it out in the bushes.
Wow, that's quite the story. My dad wasn't quite that crazy, but I grew up. He had a '47 Chrysler New Yorker convertible, which was a pretty cool car.
This.
The big old straight 8 with a hood.
Yeah, that was
8
a big
miles
front
long.
end.
But we had a cabin up north of Sioux Falls where I grew up, and it had this gravel road, but they never cut the hills down. So we'd go over them suckers at 100 miles an hour, and they'd just take your stomach right up in your throat. Man, those kids just loved that.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I just bought a '48 Cadillac convertible up in Virginia.
Here comes one of the bikes I think is just going to skyrocket in value even more than it already has.
You think this is going to be a $100,000 bike?
Well, if we have inflation like we've been experiencing the last few years, but there's not going to be any of them left in the country, and then when you find one, you can put your own price on the puppy.
So this is 100% original. 69, right?
69. See the drum brake as of the disc brake in the later model? And these were actually the fast ones too. These were the fastest ones they came out with. But
so it's a
to find one with all original, with the original seat, with this, with the piping around the seat. I mean, it's.
So with what's been happening in the motorcycle world, and we're not going to get it running. We're not going to do anything but wipe it off and picture it. What do you think the market's going to bear on that?
Before you came and looked at the collection, I had a lot of these bikes sold, and in the package, this was $20,000.
I bet it tops 30 now.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
Yeah.
There's some pretty crazy people. They're paying 15, 20 for, beaters.
Yeah, junk that's been painted on and beat on and everything else. And this is a totally original bike with, now that can't be the real miles. It says 1.
Well, yeah, that's probably,
got some miles on
probably
it.
Spun it back to nothing. But I actually bought this from a Kawasaki rep.
Oh, okay.
And and he had it free. And now this blue one coming up, these are almost even hotter than the 500s.
Really? Now this is a 750, but it's disc brake, but still a triple, right?
It's brutal. They're so fast they'll scare you, even in today's standards.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Well, that'd be 1, 2, 3. Is that all the triples I have? Is 3?
Boy, there's Suzuki triples, Cowie triples, and this has only got 8,000 rounds on it.
Wow.
But
well, maybe I can recoup. Maybe we can get these 3 bikes to do 100 grand. That'd be rad.
Well,
you got to believe in the power of the monkey.
But you know what, Mr. Monkey? If I was you, I'd put these away.
Well,
and that could be your 401k.
Yeah, you got a point there, but
because they're not there yet. But as time goes on, and the dollar keeps shrinking, that inflation is nothing but theft by deception.
This is true. So the van there is what you used to haul bikes and go racing in?
That's correct. Yeah, that's the old hauler. That baby, it's got a 460 in it. It would pull the world if it had some traction. That was quite put a lot of miles on that thing, and a lot of fun, a lot of races.
And then you just stayed in it, right? Pull the bikes out and sleep in it?
Yep, exactly. There's a bunk up on top there.
All right.
But the crazy story about it, the way it sets right there, I restored that about 10 years ago. Spent about $3,000-$4,000, got everything right on it. That was back in South Dakota, and I drove it to Minneapolis and parked it, and it hasn't moved since. So it probably need everything that I replaced back then.
Well, it's fixing to move. That's for sure. These guys are really slow. I just bought.
Starting to see a few of them on the road again.
Oh, I bought one to drive. I bought this 77 International cab over right here. Because I'm a big rig now. That's when you pull in a truck stop and look for the lot lizards. This is the one I bought.
Let's see it.
Boom. 1977 International cab over. Got one at the shop. Boom. It's got twin screws, so this one's only single. All right, so obviously it's going to take a while to load all these motorcycles, and then we've got to deal with all of these cars and many other cars on the property. So it's going to take a little bit. I'm pretty excited. It's not going the way that I wanted it to, but we've teamed up with Worldwide Auctioneers, and I think it's going to be pretty bitchin'. We're going to have a killer party down in Auburn, Indiana. Lots of cars, lots of bikes, tons of memorabilia, obviously, if you've been watching. And if you're watching, you need to like and subscribe and be a part of this, because we're celebrating a guy's life that he has lived what he wanted to live. Denny Kannenberg, they call him Cannonball, literally did his whole life and is still doing playing with motorcycles, having a good time. I mean, that's awesome. I always say I drink beer and play with cars, and I hope I'm doing it when I'm that age, because that's the way to live life and have fun. So get out there, like, subscribe, show them all this wonderful stuff, you millennials, and tell them to get out there and bid. Grab your wallet. Don't ask your wife, she'll say no. Well, show me what you got, John Cruz. It's been a long, tedious road for 2 years.
It sure has. And first, welcome to Auburn, Indiana, the classic car capital of the world, soon to be the motorcycle capital of the United States for this auction. And this is our worldwide auctioneers salon where we have cars here year round. A lot of these cars are selling Labor Day weekend, which is a famous weekend for automobile and bike enthusiasts from around the country for over 50 years. And so a lot of these cars, again, are not just selling, they're selling without reserve, the highest bid regardless of price. So there'll be a lot of people here, and while they're here, they'll get to see all of the Kannenberg collection while they're checking this out, and then they get to come back the next week. So this facility is where we'll be having the sale.
So the sale will be in here?
Sale's actually gonna be in the next room. This is a display room. The auction room is right over here, which we can go look at.
This is wicked. So you're selling all these cars in like 2 or 3 weeks?
That's correct. We are. We got Bugattis, Duesenbergs, Ferraris. We got a lot of Packards.
That's pretty bitchin', an Imperial convertible. That's rare.
It is.
That's rarer than hen's teeth, as they say.
Neat car. And you can see up here, we got our private VIP lounge. So everybody comes out for the auction, may get to hang out with you a little bit or just have a little private drink. And it's a lot of fun. So we certainly invite everybody to come out. I think they'll have a blast.
It's really pretty bitchin', man. I mean, I like this facility. It's been here a while, though. Like your family built it or something, right? Look at that. Shelby GT500KR convertible.
I just wish it was, oh wait, it is a 4-speed. It's a fun car to drive, as you know.
They're heavy, man. They're so heavy. Now, a lot of people don't know this. I know you know this, but this was on the car from the factory, and wait for it, viewers, what are these? Why are they here?
I know.
Well, that's because I bought your mother a freaking Shelby like this. No, but these are surfboard, for holding a surfboard.
Pretty
Get
cool.
you some of that. Rad. This is pretty cool, man. How are the Duesenbergs in the big world like this doing right now? Because you know, it's kind of a lost art, and the millennials don't care.
Well, I think one of the key words you just used was art. A lot of folks are really beginning to appreciate the design and the early engineering. You know, today we think about all these new cars we drive around. We're like, oh, this is really cool. Well, when these were being built, there wasn't anything to copy.
No.
It was brand new, and for that reason, especially if they're important cars with great history and great condition, like anything, they are actually doing quite well, and we have a lot of collectors.
So this is a Packard 12. Is it a dual windshield? It's not.
No, this is a touring car.
So this car brings what, 600?
This one is probably, you know, like a $300,000 to $400,000 car.
Oh, I was overpricing it.